going to try to beautify my front door by replacing this ugly bastard with something like that. So this is the new Nest Hello, and then wired into the existing doorbell. And so I want to see if I can get the Nest to make an electronic chime. Chooch. So there's some problems here. This is kind of a typical doorbell switch, is you have a transformer. So the NuTone runs on 16 volt AC, 15 volt amps, and a typical doorbell is in black. So you go through from the transformer, that's probably in the garage maybe, that's normal, not a NuTone. Maybe at the circuit panel, goes through the front door to the switch, and then the hall there's a door chime, and when you close the switch, whatever voltage is here ends up in the coil, and then it sounds the physical tone. You push it, it shoves a solenoid one way, and then you release it and it goes and hits the other chime. Ding dong. And I think what the Nest is doing is it places just goes in series with this chime module. Let me show you the chime module. So that's a Nest chime module. So what you do is you put the Nest and the chime module in series, and then two outputs come in and then provide current back to here. Now what's weird about this is going to be a voltage drop here in the Nest, there's going to be a voltage drop here, so there must be a voltage doubler or something inside this little chime module to bring the voltage back up to source voltage, because this coil in a normal old doorbell is going to be expecting this voltage. So that must be what's going on in this thing. This is obviously just a camera. The first thing that you're going to hit is, does this thing even work? So this thing's been dead for about a year. What ended up being bad? Capacitors. About half of them were out of spec. 2 of them were completely open circuit. So I went through that. I'll show you that. And it works now. There'd be no sound coming out of that thing at all. So main board power, the big one is actually, they're just old. These were actually okay, and these were all shot. So I recapped the main board, and so now this thing chooches. So I think this is what I got to do to get this thing to work. So the NuTone does not have a coil like this guy. The switch just comes in and closed circuits on chime, and then it activates a synthesizer. The other thing is the stock transformer is only 15 volt amps. These two guys need 10 volt amps, and I think the NuTone needs 15, so I don't have enough power. So I can either run 2 transformers, or NuTone actually makes a 30 volt amp, 16 volt. So upgrade the transformer in this thing. So this thing's probably gets half of that, 15 volt amps. And then this thing will have some extra capacity. So run these guys in parallel. Give this guy a 1 amp fuse, AC fuse, and then give this guy a 1 amp fuse. So this would be kind of a normal circuit. 16 volts coming in here, AC, hits the Nest, goes through the chime driver, and then I'm going to have to put a relay in here to give this chime module a closed circuit. This guy is going to provide current, AC current through there. This guy does not want AC current, he just wants a closed circuit. So you can do that with a relay. Well, they don't make 16 volt transformers. They make 12 and they make 24. So I'm gonna have to do a step down resistor to bring this AC voltage from 16, 17 down to 12. And then hopefully when I push this button, I get some current here, closes that, and then I can provide closed circuit, and then I can get this guy to chooch here. So that's the plan. Well, let's get to it. All right, here's the guts of this thing. This is the chime module here. So you need to short this to ring the doorbell. That's the main power supply. Power comes in on this wire here, and these are the capacitors that get hot. This resistor diode pair right here gets really hot, so you'll see a hot spot on the board, and then a couple of these guys fried. I've already redone this board, except I just missed one because I ran out, so I need to do that today. But the rest of this has been recapped. I used Verth and Illinois capacitor. There's a guy named Northside Service who's the expert on these things, and he uses Nichicons, which are even better capacitors. So if you don't want to recap it yourself, send it to him, it'll fix you up. Back here down that hole, that's the 15 volt amp, 16 volt AC transformer, and I'm going to try to squeeze this guy in to that hole. Here's my relay. Got the ones with some ears. I'll probably, you probably can't see with my hand, screw it up into there. Put the chime module right there from Nest in here, trigger that relay, and then that relay will hopefully sound my alarm, sound the doorbell. And that's what the doorbell sounds, and usually the dog starts barking. So there he goes. Get him! Okay, got the new transformer in here. 2 1-amp fuses coming out. Finished the last capacitor on the main board. So that's all working. The 1-amp, one thing I'll say about usually like a Busman or high quality fuse, don't skimp on that, because if your house burns down and they find a bunch of crappy parts in it, your insurance isn't gonna pay. So use good parts. Put fuses in. All right, so I got this wired up kind of breadboard style. Got the red comes out, cruises around, goes into the chime controller. Little brown wire goes into the Nest right there. And then there's a little green wire that comes back and heads back in. So power, Nest, chime, back. And it's pulling enough, so that transformer is definitely giving enough juice out to the Nest, and it's filming right now, so that's good. So the big thing is, does the relay work? So coil resistance in the Mauser catalog said that was 90, so you'd figure, well, that should be around 40 here, but I ended up just playing and ended up going with a 100 watt resistor to drop it down to 12 volts. That transformer is running over voltage, so it's supposed to be 16, but it's running about 19. It's probably just because it's a fresh transformer. So I want to see if that thing chooches. So here we go, and hopefully you heard the click. And I got it on a 1 second delay, so that's good. And of course my phone is now trying to get me to answer the doorbell. So that's fantastic. So all I gotta do is jump that over to the chime controller and ring the doorbell, which is these wires here. One mistake I made over here was, well, not a mistake, but couldn't find a decent resistor. So there's about 100 milliamps coming out of here. And so we're dropping, I don't know, 7 volts there. So we're doing, you know, voltage times current. So we're doing about 3/4 of a watt. And that's a 1/4 watt resistor. So that will burn up, and it does get hot. So if someone came in there and leaned on the doorbell here, that thing would burn up if you had a 1/4 watt resistor in there. So I need to go to a full watt. But it looks like this idea worked. So I'm pretty happy with it. So you'll touch the Nest. My doorbell's a Ring. Now the intercom functionality works on your phone, doesn't work through the NuTone. All it does is ring the doorbell. That's all I wanted. All right, got it all wired up. Relay there. Nest chime driver there. This wire here goes into the NuTone chime. This is the doorbell wire going out to the new Nest. Capacitor's done. Fuses are wired up. Everything is going. Contact. And it's a little nicer than the old NuTone. And it gets the dog barking. Nice.